joining our class this morning. And of course, this is grade 7 mathematics, the 14th of July, lesson 10. We are carrying on with our lesson where we will be looking at the various methods of finding the missing values when we have a table. And in this case, I'm giving you a table which consists of X values, and all that we need to do is to find the Y values. So complete the following table, use the rule. The rule is given as Y is equal to 3X plus 2. And of course, we have already done the flow diagrams. And then if you can check, this table is not different from the flow diagram in a sense that you have the input values. You also have the rule. And then all that we need to do is to find the output. Now the output will be used together with, in conjunction with the rule. And the rule, as I said, is equal to, it's Y is equal to 3X plus 2. So can we use this rule to find the different values? Let's use the rule to find the different values. So in other words, where there is X, you will have to put 2. In fact, where there is X, you'll have to substitute in order to find Y. So for instance, the first value of X there is 3. And then in order to find Y, we will just have to substitute 3 into the equation. And then 3 times 3 is 9, and 9 plus 2 is 11. So 11 will be the first value that we have. So I've just done the first one, and I want us to carry on with the rest. We have a chat group, or group chat rather. You're welcome to participate in the group chat as we carry on with the lesson. Savannah Mudiehi, Angelina Dube, I hope that you have seen the example. Can we now carry on to complete this table? I'm sure you have a pen and a paper with you. If you can just draw the table for yourself and then use the formula to calculate the different values of Y. And then if you are ready, you can either raise up your hand or you can participate in the group chat, like I said. And then, of course, we can take it from there. So if X is equal to 3, then Y will be equal to, you multiply 3, open bracket, and then you close your bracket. It will be 3, open bracket, 3 plus 2, which will be equal to 3 times 3 is 9, and then 9 plus 2 is 11. So you can see I've actually done that in the group chat there. I've just shown you that if X is 3, then Y will be equal to 3, open bracket, multiplied by 3. And of course, 3 times 3 is 9. 9 plus 2 is 11. So the same goes for the second one, where X is 6. If X is 6, then Y will be equal to, again, you have got 3, and then you open your bracket, you put your 6 in the bracket, and then plus 2. And this, of course, means 3 times 6, as you know, is 18. So 3 times 6 is 18. And of course, 18 plus 2 will be equal to 20. So you can see the second one as well. If x is 6, then y will be equal to 3 multiplied by 6. And then 3 times 6 is 18. And 18 plus 2 is 20. So I hope that you are able to follow. And then the next one, of course, x is 9. So if x is equal to 9, then what will be the value of y? Y will be equal to, once again, you take your 3, you open bracket, multiply that by 9, and of course 3 times 9 is 27. And 27 plus 2 is 29. So you can see that I've done the first 3 for you. Those are the examples that I've done in the first instance. If x is 9, then y will be equal to 3 multiplied by 9. And 3 times 9, as we know, is 27. And then 27 plus 2 is 29. So can we then proceed with the remaining numbers, and let us take it from there. What will be the value of y if x is 12? Yes, Savannah, your hand is up.
So you times
Yes.
you times 12 by 3. You times x by 3, which you will get 36, and you add 2 to that, which the value of y will be 38.
Exactly. So y is going to be equal to 38, as Savannah said. So thank you very much indeed, Savannah. Y will be 38 because 12 times 3 is 36, and then 36 plus 2 is 38. So yes, I fully agree with you. The value of y in this case will be 38. Right, and then the value of x is 15. What will be the value of y now? If x is 15, what will be the value of y? So if x is 15, what will be the value of y? I hope that you are still working it out. Right, Angelina Dube says the value of y will be 47. How did you find 47, Angelina? Can you explain? Angelina, if you can just explain to me, how did you find 47? Right, Angelina found 47, and of course, you can tell that if x is 15, then y will be equal to 3, open bracket, 15, and then you close your bracket, then plus 2. So 3 times 15, yes, it's 45, and 45 plus 2 is 47. So I fully agree with you, Savannah there. Not Savannah, but Angelina rather. So thank you very much indeed, Angelina. And the next one, what will be the next value? If x is 18, in this case, what will be the value of y? If x is 18 rather. If x is 18, what will be the value of y? Okay, 56. That's an answer from Angelina there. Angelina says it will be 56. Yes, I agree with you because if you multiply, as you can see in the group chat there, the formula is if x is equal to 18, then y will be equal to 3 multiplied by 18, and then you add 2. So 3 times 18 is 54, and 54 plus 2 is 56. So yes, Angelina Dube, that's correct. I see there's a question now from iPhone. Sir, could you please re-explain how to do it? Sir, I came late. Okay, fine. We are just completing the table using the rule, which is the formula there, y is equal to 3x plus 2. So if you can follow the group chat from the first one, you'll see that if x is 3, then y will be equal to 11. And how do we find 11? You substitute 3 for the value of x. So in the equation, y will be equal to 3 multiplied by 3 plus 2. And 3 times 3, as we know, is 9, and 9 plus 2 is 11. So the first value of y will be 11, and then the second one you'll see we said y is equal to 3 times 6, because x is 6 in the second value there, and of course 3 times 6 gives you 18. 3 times 6 is 18, and then 18 plus 2 is 20. So we got 20 in the second one. I'm sure if you follow the group chat, then you can see. And then the third one, we said if x is 9, then y will be equal to 3 multiplied by 9 plus 2. And 3 times 9 is 27. 27 plus 2 is 29. And the fourth one, where x was 12, we said we did the same. We multiplied 3 by 12 to get 36. And then 36 plus 2 is 38 there. All right. And then Angelina Dube came to the third one and said the answer is 47. As you can see, if x is 15, then y is equal to 3 times 15 plus 2. And then 3 times 15 is 45 plus 2 is 47, right? And then we've done it as such. I hope that you follow. Right, we are now carrying on. I see that, let's see now what the answer is, the next one. Thank you very much. So the other one, if x is 18, then we said that y will be equal to 3 times 18, and then which is 54, and then if you add 2, you get 56. So the next one, x is 35. The next one, x is 35. I see Angelina says, has typed the equation. The answer is 107. And Angelina says, if you multiply 3 by 35, you get 107. Okay, no, you get 105, sorry. Yes, I fully agree. You get 105. And then if you add 2, then you get 107. Great. Thank you very much, Angelina. Let's go to the next one quickly. What is the value of y if x is 78? What will be the value of y if x is 78? Can you demonstrate how do you calculate it? What will be the value of y if x is 78? I hope that you are working it out on your paper there with a pen. The value of 78 is x. X is 78. What will be the value of y now? Hi, Fizana, welcome. So 234 plus 2. I hope that you are working it out. So if x is equal to 78. In fact, is it 35 or 78? Yes. If x is 78, then y will be equal to 3 multiplied by 78 plus 2. And this, of course, will be 234. Yes, I see that iPhone says the answer is 236. Yes, Angelina do as well. So as you can tell there, I've also typed it in the equation. Y will be equal to 3 multiplied by 78, and then plus 2. 3 times 78 is 234, and 234 plus 2 is 36. Very important to show. Please make sure that you don't just write the answer, you must just show me the steps. The last one. In the last one, I just want to see the steps. Just the steps. When you substitute, x is 102. What is the value of y? What will be the value of y? What will be the value of y, the last one? Fizana? If x is 102, right, if x is 102, then you need to substitute once again. If x is 102, then y is equal to, then put everything in the formula now. Can we finalize it? Yes, iPhone says 308. 308 is the answer there that you got. And I fully agree with you, because if you multiply 3 by 102, you get 306. And of course, if you add 306 and 2 will give you 308. So I fully agree with you there. Angelina Dube as well found the correct answer there. Fizana just wrote the final answer. So it's very important just to also demonstrate, like I said, on how you proceed. Can we proceed now to the next one? In this case, I've not given you the rule, and then all that I need you to do is to describe the rule. Write down a rule that describes the table below, and thereafter, I want you to use the rule to show that it is correct. So your rule needs to be correct for all the values of x and y. So I want you to test it. So I see iPhone says the rule is +1. You say the rule is +1. But can you write it in terms of x and y, please? The rule. I want us to write it in terms of x and y. Let's write the rule in terms of x and y. By the way, remember the principle that I taught you when we started with this topic, the constant difference in the second category, meaning that in the y values, in the output values, you need to find the constant difference. What is the constant difference? Okay, I see Savannah says times 1 minus 1. iPhone says x plus y is equal to 1. Right, let's find the rule now. Remember how to find the rule? The rule is, how you find the rule is that you need to find first the constant difference. Do you remember how do we find the constant difference? Right, the constant difference is found as follows. You'll have 2 minus 0. And what is 2 minus 0? That is 2. And then 4 minus 2. And then we also have 4 minus 2. Can we find 4 minus 2 is 2? And then the other one there will be 6 minus 4, which is also 2. So iPhone agrees. Welcome, Junior. And iPhone agrees that the constant difference is 2. Okay, I see that you say x plus y is equal to 1. X plus y is equal to 1. That is the rule that I see. So in other words, you are saying y is equal to 1 minus x. That's what you say, 1 minus x. Well, let's test. I think let's test it. In the first one, if the rule is 2, if the constant difference is 2, then you need to multiply 2 by 1, and then of course you'll get 2. And to get to 0 there, you subtract 2. 2 times 3 is 6, and then of course if you multiply, if you subtract 2 there, you'll get 4. So let's test the x plus y there. So you say that y will be equal to x, 1 minus x. 1 minus x. Can we test that? So if you've got y minus x, so 1 minus 2, that cannot be the rule, because if x is 3, for instance, if you say that your rule is x plus y is equal to 1, it means y will be equal to 1 minus x. And if x is 1, 1 minus 1 is 0, yes, it holds. But if x is 3, 1 minus 3 is negative 2. If x is 5, 1 minus 5 is negative 4. All right. And then, of course, there's a problem there. There is a problem. There's a problem in a sense that you don't get, if x is 7, 1 minus 7 is equal to negative 6. 1 minus 7 is negative 6. But 7 minus 1, I can agree with 7 minus 1. I think that the rule will be y is equal to x minus 1. So x minus 1 will hold for me instead of 1 minus x. Y is equal to x minus 1. I'll just put it in the chat box. So y is equal to x minus 1. That will be your rule. If x is 1, then y will be 0. If x is 3, y will be 2. If x is 5, then you can see that y will be 4. If x is 7, then y is going to be 6. And if x is 9, then y will be equal to 8 there. Can you see that the rule y is equal to x minus 1 is the one? So unless if you say, alternatively, if you want to put it, you can say y plus 1 is equal to x. That's also okay. So just make sure that you put the correct signs. If you want to put it in terms of x and y, then you can say x minus y is equal to 1. X minus y is equal to 1. All right. You can see every time that when you subtract y from x, you get 1. 9 minus 8 is 1. 7 minus 6 is 1. And then 5 minus 4 is also 1. And then, of course, 3 minus 2 also gives you 1. So I'm just going to take you through the next slide now, just to ensure that we are given a table here. And of course, A is equal to S squared. So basically, remember the area of the square. We have defined the area of a square as A is equal to S squared. In other words, you multiply the side by the side. So we are talking about the area of a square. So the S there stands for the side, and then A stands for the area. Now, we are given the first side, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 8, and then you skip 1 and then you go to 20, and one area that is given there is 81. So I want us to complete this table to find the area of the square when the side is 1 unit. What will be the area? What will be the area of the square? Remember, the area of the square is S times S, which is S squared. So the first one there, the first area, you'll find that A is equal to 1 multiplied by 1. And then when you multiply 1 by 1, you get 1. So the area there will be equal to 1 if the side is 1 unit. I've done the first one for you in the chat there. Can we find the second? Can we find the second one? Can we use the second one there? If the side is 2 units, what then will be the area? Let's find the area of the square with one side equal to 2 units. Basically, you use the same. Can you see the area for the square? A is equal to S squared. Basically, A which is equal to S squared is your rule, basically. That is the rule. So that formula is your rule now. Can we use it to complete the table? Right, Savannah says you are going to multiply 2 by 2 to get 4. So that's correct. That's correct, Savannah. That is correct. The next one, the value of S there is 3. Can we find the area? Let's quickly find the area. Let's find the area when the side is 3. Savannah has done the second one there, which is 2 times 2 is 4. All right, Huapele says it will be 6, and then iPhone says 6. Mudiahi also says 6. Savannah says 3 times 3, which is 9. Frizana says 6, sorry. Remember that the area always you multiply. S squared simply means you're multiplying S by S. That is what it means. Now, if the area is 3, then it means you will multiply 3 by 3 to get 9. So the only person who got this right is Savannah Wasef once again. All right. Savannah got it right. So thumbs up to you, Savannah, once again. Let's proceed to the next one. Let's proceed to the next one. Let's find the area if the side is 4. Let's find the area if the side is 4. I hope that everyone by now should be aware of the area, how to calculate. Huapele says 14. So Huapele, can you tell us how did you find 14? How did you find 14, Huapele? All right, Savannah says 16. Mudiayi also says 16. Angelina Dube also says 16. I hope that Huapele, you'll be able to correct. Fizana also says 16. Remember, as at all times, so the area will be 4 by 4, which is 16. So you multiply 4 by 4 in order to get 16. So 16 will be the area. So always make use of the formula in order to find your area. Right. The next one is 8. You can see that our side is 8. Now we need to use the side to find the area. Let's use the side which is given there to find the area. Right, the Savannah was the first to say 64. Angelina also found 64. Great, that's correct. It's correct because A will be equal to 8 multiplied by 8, which is equal to 64. So 64 is the correct answer. 64 is the correct answer there. So can you see now in the next one, we don't have any side. We are given the area instead. So in other words, we have to find S. We need to use the formula. Remember that our formula is given by A is equal to S multiplied by S. That is the formula. Now we are given, Savannah says the side will be 9. How do you find 9? Can you demonstrate? Angelina also says 9. Can you just demonstrate to me using the formula? How do you find 9? So that we can see. Huapeli also finds 9. Fizana 9 as well, correct. You are all correct. But please demonstrate. Demonstrate to me, how do you find 9? So that anyone can see how did you get the 9. The area. Remember that the area is given by the side multiplied by the side. That is the formula. So you can use that formula to find the side. Can you use the formula? Is there anyone who wants to take a try? Just to use it in the formula. 9 is the correct answer. 9 is the correct answer. So now that I've shown you the formula, all that you need to do is just to substitute. Okay, Savannah, let's hear. Savannah says 1 times higher numbers to see which would be 81. So I tried 11 times 11, that was wrong. Then I knew 10 times 10 wouldn't work, so I did 9 times 9 and I got it great. Angelina Dube says 81 is equal to 9 times 9, yes. So 81 is equal to 9 times 9, I agree with you. 81 is equal to 9 times 9 because area is A, which is given as 81, and the side squared there is side times side. So 9 times 9 gives you 81. Right, and then can we zoom directly now to the last one there, the 20? Let's find the area. We are now given 20 as the side. All right, Savannah says I used trial and error. Great, Savannah, trial and error works, even in mathematics. It works, trial and error, great. That's trial and error, great. So trial and error works. Thank you very much. Thank you very much indeed. Right, can we find the last one now in 20? Let's find the area now. We are given the side which is 20. What will be the area? Savannah says 400, yes. I agree with you. Angelina Dube also found 400. And then, of course, Fizana also found 400. And who else? Right, there are 3 people who found it. So remember that the area in this case will be equal to, you just multiply 20 by itself. And if you multiply 20 by itself, you will definitely get 400. 400 will be the correct answer. Right. The last question which I've put on the group chat there, if S is 129, what will be the area now? If S is 129, what will be the area? If S is, all right. I see that Savannah is the first one to get it. If S is 129, then the area will be 16,641. All right. So that will be the area. Now, before we carry on with our next question, before we can carry on with our next question, I just want us to look at the last one. If the area is 196, then what will be the side? So that's the last question on this table. If the area is 196, what is the side? So you can also use trial and error, just like Savannah did, in order to find the area. But apart from trial and error, there's another way in which you can do this, and I will share it with you shortly. I will share the other method with you shortly. And this is the last question on this table before we can proceed. If the area is 196, right, Savannah, you found 14 times 14. Did you use trial and error, Savannah? That's the correct answer, by the way. Yes, so the side will be 14. Yes, thank you very much indeed. The side will be 14. Alternatively, if you don't want to use trial and error, you can use the square root. Remember that the square root of 196 will give you 14. So you make use of the square root in that instance. All right. I hope that it makes sense. So we have just completed now our table. And of course, we are proceeding now. Now, we have the following. Paul writes down the following output, or the following rather. The output is equal to input plus 2. So that is the output that Paul writes in as far as this problem is concerned. Paul writes down the output as follows. Output is equal to input plus 2. So that is what Paul writes. And then we are going to have to now rewrite Paul's rule as a formula, which consists of X and Y. And then we need to use that rule now to complete the table. And of course, we must just describe the input values. And also, if the input value is 31, we need to find the output. All right. So let us now zoom directly into the equation. Paul says that the output is equal to the input plus 2. Can we now write this as a formula with X and Y values, where X, by the way, stands for the input, and then Y stands for the output? Can we write that in that fashion? You can put it in the group chat if you can. I want you to write the rule, or the formula rather, in terms of X and Y. and it is clear. This is what Mpo has written to you. Output is equal to input plus X. Yes, I can see that Angelina is the first to type it. Angelina says Y is equal to X plus 2. Great. I fully agree with you. But I see Savannah said Y times X plus 2. Excuse me. Savannah, what you need to do, you take that equation as it is. And where there is output, you simply replace the output by Y or with Y. And then where there is input, you replace that with X. So hence, as Angelina says, the formula will be Y is equal to X plus 2. And that will be our formula. So the next one is, we need to now rewrite, okay, we have now rewritten the formula. The rule, post rule is now described by the formula Y is equal to X plus 2. So now we need to use this rule to complete the table. So when you complete the table, you can use the rule, it's fine. Or you can use the formula, it's still fine. What will be the missing value there? So you can see in the input, we have 2, that is the first value there, followed by 3, followed by 5. And then you skip about 2 inputs, then you go to 13. Now let us start by finding the output values. So the first output value there you can see is 4. The second one is missing. The second one is missing. Can we please use the rule to find this output values? What will be the output value there in the first one? Yes, Huapili says, all right, before Huapili, Angelina says 5 is equal to 3 plus 2. Yes, exactly. So 3 plus 2 will be 5. So 5 is the correct value, but Huapili says 6. And then who else? Fizana also says 6. Now Fizana and Huapili just check the output, which is equal to input plus 2. So it means you simply add 2 to the input. So if the input is 3, you plus 2. 3 plus 2 is 5. Can you see that? So 3 plus 2 is equal to 5. So that's how we get 5. So if the input is 3, then the output is 5. Can we now go and check the missing values? Now is the inputs that are missing, the input values. The input values are missing. So if the output is 9, I see Savannah says 9 minus 2 will be 7. Angelina Dube also got 7. I fully agree with you. So you'll just transpose the 2 from the right-hand side to the left-hand side. So if the output is 9, then 9 minus 2 will be 7. So if the rule says plus 2 to get to output, then to get to input, it's minus 2. All right. So 9 minus 2 is 7. Okay. And if the output is 13, what will be the input? What is the input there? So again, Huapel says 11. Angelina also says 11. I agree with you. And Savannah has shown us, Savannah says it's 13 minus 2, which is 11. So X is 11. Great. Fizana also says 13 minus 2, which is 11. Great. Now, C, describe the input values. Describe the input values. There's a rule between the input values as well. Can you see that? From input values only. From the first one is 2, you go to 3, and then 5, then 7, 11, 13. So there's a plus 2 as well on input values alone. Can you see? That's how we describe that. The input values are is a pattern, and then it increases by 2. All right. Now, if the input value is 31, find the output quickly before we close the lesson. If the input value is 31, find the output. What will be the output? If the input value is 31, what will be the output? Savannah says 33. Yes, 33 will be the correct answer there. So 33 is correct. And of course, you add 2. So you just use the rule. Once again, this brings us to the end of our lesson. The lesson was brought to you by the STEM Digital School in partnership with the Sasol Foundation. Please feel free to send us an email at any time at stemdigitalschool@africateamgeeks.co.za. Until we meet again tomorrow, thank you very much indeed.